Hey there, I'm back. What is it, after 4 months? Anyways, happy Victoria Day, because I'm recording this on Victoria Day. It's a beautiful day here in sunny Toronto. It is a sunny day here. Anyways, so hopefully I can get this edited. Yeah, bleh. So hopefully I can get this edited in the next couple days and get it up so it is relevant, unlike what I normally do. Anyway, so the question is, where have I been? Ugh. Well, I did go to the Barrie Train Show, and I did record some video, and I did edit it. It should be playing somewhere in here, maybe. And but I wasn't happy with it. I actually destroyed something I purchased. I think I can put it back together. But also I didn't, because it didn't work. I wanted to put a little extra ending on it to have a sort of reward, but the thing is, I got sick. In fact, I mentioned that in the video itself, and I thought it was over, but it turns out it just hung on forever. And since I do a lot of video stuff for a living in front of a screen, which I just couldn't face doing any editing or shooting for YouTube. And add to that I was also doing some design work for somebody. And when I got that done, I said, I just can't do any more screens for a while. So what that meant was I stopped reading ebooks, I stopped doing stuff like this, and just sort of cut back. So the question is, what have I been doing with myself since then? Well, the reading material is I ended up reading Lord of the Rings. And so this is my box set from when I was a teenager. And of course it comes with Fellowship of the Ring, The Two Towers, and The Return of the King, and The Hobbit. But if you are of my vintage and you have one of these box sets, you will know that once you read all 4 books, only 3 will fit back in the box. So The Hobbit always sits beside this. So the question is, I haven't read this since the movies came out, and I read it before when I was a teenager, many years before that. So the question is, what's changed? Well, when I opened this book, or one of these books, we're using Return of the King for this example, I discovered that it was very difficult for me to read at the end of the day, even though I do have a prescription of a 1.75. It just, the reading by my nightlight in bed just wasn't enough for me. So, the mysterious Wanda said I could read her copies of The Lord of the Rings. So right now I'm on The Return of the King. I'll just show you the difference between these books. There you go. That's the difference in thickness. So this is a lot easier to read with glasses than this. So yeah, that's what I've been doing. Another thing that was fun, I'm just going to add this, and I may have to cut this section out. Oh, here it is. Back from when I got this set of books, I also got this. It's the Journeys of Frodo. It's a map of, or atlas of the Lord of the Rings, and you follow their journeys through it. And it's kind of fun to go through. I wish there was some more detail in certain places, but yeah, rather interesting. Anyways, moving along, and finally, because it is Victoria Day weekend here in Canada, it is the beginning of summer, when people go up to their cottages and open the cottages, or they work in the garden. So with regards to the cottages, I just want people to remind you, this is safety, no wake for their sake, and there's a lake monster, okay? So this is good for the, if you're familiar with the Owen Sound sea monster, or from any of the Great Lakes, or anywhere that has a lake monster, keep this in mind when motorboating. A friend of mine got this for me from Scotland when he went there, and obviously, as you know, the Loch Ness Monster. So there you go, that's a patch. And so what are we here for? Well, because it is Victoria Day, it might be a good idea to celebrate that a little bit with some Victorian technology. And so here we go. So I have this thing, which is I hope this is in focus. It's close enough. A Wilesco steam engine with this wonderful box art. There you go, which, oh my god. Did that catch on fire? Oops. Anyways, what happened there? So yeah, this is something I got many years ago, and I kept, and I last used it with my nephew when he was a kid, and he's in his 30s now. So also, when I saw this and took it out, I go, oh great, the lid's still attached, and then it immediately fell off. So let's take this out. So we have a bag of I put stuff in, and we have this lantern. Well, and oh, that's interesting. I have the some fuel tablets. And they're probably 30 years old. And, well, they're made in West Germany, so I guess they are pretty old. And I don't know what the hell these are. Well, this must be 80s or 70s. The colors say 70s, but maybe they're from the 80s. And someone gave it to me. It says these are from Canada Deckel. And made in Scarborough. This is when we actually made things. Here, there you go. This is actually when we made things in Canada. So that's neat. I'm gonna look up the address. What's it? 400 Midwest Road, Scarborough. Ooh. All right. Yeah. Let's get that out of there. So this is maybe a little dusty. Yeah, I'll clean that up a little bit. So what do we have here? We have the. That's not gonna be in focus. I don't care. So here's your actual engine part, your boiler, and I do have in here the smokestack, which will go here. That's a lovely angle for this, by the way, but it'll make more sense later. I have in here also that. Well, the whistle goes there. It just goes there. I remember burning my finger on this several times as a kid. There we go. That's off. And that's I don't think that goes on. There we go. And then we have this, which is the filler cap and also a safety valve, as you can see it. If I can demonstrate here. If I can demonstrate without blocking it like that. These only run at about 1.5 atmospheres, so shouldn't explode too greatly, should it? And then we have the thing for the fuel. Whatever you call this is for the fuel. So yeah. So what we're gonna do? Let's put this in here. Hold on. And there you go. So let's get this outside and see if we can run it. Okay? And we're back in a second. I've given this a little bit of oil, and if I do this, it does here to convince you that runs pretty good. It is kind of hitting something there. Whoops. Oops. So next, we're going to put water in. This is distilled water, and I'm going to put it in that hole there because it's a little bit bigger. And that's where the safety valve goes. At least it seems bigger. And I discovered that I lost the little funnel that went with this. So I'm not going to overfill this. This is actually take 2 of this because yesterday I didn't record any sound. And if you're lucky, you still won't hear me. That one. And another one. That seems a bit much. I think I'm too much. Again. Alright, hold on. This is extremely scientific. Let's put that back there. There, that should be in the same spot. Okay, so I'm going to put on the safety valve, which is this one. Like that. And I'm going to make it tight this time. Yesterday it leaked, but then I had to overfill. Let's take this away. And put the whistle on here. So, and this seems to want to go wherever it wants to go, so I'm going to put it, that's closed, and I'll put it this way, also closed. Now, I had this, the Asbit, but it's 30 years old, more than that actually, and I didn't think it burned. It did burn great, but it didn't pump up the heat that it should have, so maybe it's a little oxidized or something like that. So we're going to be using these. Which don't say they're hexamine, but I'm certain they are. So I've got this, there we are, and here we go. This is the hard part. God, I hope this is rolling. Oops. Oh, come on. Are they? The flame's almost invisible, so I gotta put in the shadow. And there we go. So I'm gonna put that in there. It has always been difficult. And there we have it. Take that away. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch off the camera and we'll wait. So it's been 3 minutes. And I moved this, testing it. Here. Oh! Wow! Didn't expect that to happen. That's crazy. You know, here's what here. There. Give it a minute. We're doing that. Good. Another minute. Now we go again. Ready? What the hell? Cut. Okay. It's probably wet here. Oh, there you go. And it's burning. Can't see that. All right. Put this back in. There we go. And we'll give it five minutes. Doesn't look right. Whatever happened when that popped up? It screwed it up. Okay, so there's actually a little bit of steam escaping here, so we must have steam. There we go. Let's hope it doesn't fall apart again. Okay, so it's slowing down now. I had to turn the camera off because it was overheating on 4K, but it's a lot slower now and slowing down more and more. I guess if you had accessories for it and tie it to the drive pulley here, you could slow it down. Oh, look at that, so you wouldn't have the crazy out running free like that. And, oh, almost there. Here we go. I guess that's it, so we'll let it whistle. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that little run of this old Wilesco steam engine. It's a pity I don't have any accessories, but maybe that's an idea. Get some accessories or do something to make this work. However, I will get back to the train videos. I have some ideas, and I have some actually ones that are like half done. I just kind of got angry at what I was doing. I wasn't happy with how they're turning out, and one actually turned out so well I was surprised it worked, so I kind of like go, okay, I'm not too sure what to do. Anyways, so I want to go into a little bit of a post-mortem about this. I want to explain what happened and how it flew off. So this screw, I'll get my pen as a pointer. Is that good? Oh no, I use a black one. So I'll use my black pen. this screw with the spring lets it flex out if it has to, is only hand tightened. There's no place for a screwdriver. You can't put a wrench on it. It's by your thumb and your finger. And by the way, that's how I tightened it when it flew off. I did switch off the camera because I was going to use a pair of pliers, but then that was just too awkward, and I realized I could do it with my fingers. So there's that. But the thing I want to get into is here, this piston and whatever this rod is called that comes out, the piston rod, whatever. So I didn't know, and I'll come back here, that this actually unscrews. I can take it right off, and I don't know if the camera's going to see this, but there's little threads on the edge of that. It may even just been forced on when they put the brass piston in. They screwed it on. Who knows? But anyways, that's what happened there. So it was loose. Now, going back to how this goes on, I think that's in the same spot. When I put this in, oh, by the way, and that is, I don't know if you can tell, but that is the outside of the rod, and that is the inside. So the outside has the edge is sort of detented down a bit, a little like a trim. The inside, you can see it's the opposite, and it's not as nicely finished. So we know that is the outside on right there. So I'm going to put this here, and if you put it on the crank pin in the right orientation, you can see that the rod is not in line with the piston. Actually, I think the piston's a little off, by the way. So what happens is that the rod is a little bit angled in like that, and that keeps it on the crank pin. And you can see the difference if I take it out, rotate it rather, so it faces out, and you can see how very different it is on the crank pin. So that's important to get it right. And what got me, what I thought was a bit weird when I was putting it back together after this piece flew off, after the cylinder flew off, was that that the outside face, and I was a little confused. I thought, well, this must be the outside. The outside face, actually, when I had the piston in, it was like that. And that was because this was loose. And so because this was loose, I'll put it this way, it was wobbling back and forth like that as it turned. And so that's when the piston would come off. Or rather, the rod would come off the crank pin. So that's how that worked. So that's that for that. I hope you enjoyed that. And put that on there. So one last thing before I go. So I've had this, this is like 50 years old, so it's not quite 49. Yeah, I'm that old. No, I'm older than that. So anyways, so it's about 50 years old. Just to put this in perspective, Thomas Newcomen built the first practical steam locomotive, well, not steam locomotive, steam engine, i.e. one that worked and made money for the owners, in 1712. So about a little over 300 years ago. So my ownership and this little steam engine and my experience with steam spans 1/6 of the entire history of steam power. If that don't make you feel old, I don't know what does. Anyways, so that's it for today. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, like it, and if you didn't, also like the video, and please subscribe. I will be, I know, I'm trying to do more stuff. Anyway, so thank you very much. You have a great day, and thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time, or you'll see me, or something like that, or you'll see these hands. All right, bye. Thank you.